far I removed a bunch of things. I took off the 12 mils are right here. I had to remove these, but this whole assembly is like attached right here at the bottom, going down here. So I didn't want to take that all off. You could remove this entire piece right here, but disconnecting these. But I was thinking that I could just remove it as one whole piece so it's out of the way. But there's that. And then also, it looks like these lines go to the back, but then they're also coming right here to this side. So the only thing that this is connected to is this line right here, which I still have to disconnect. I don't have a connection for it to be able to remove it. So I'm just gonna have to like leave it like that. Then you have this one right here that I have to disconnect for sure. This is like the one that I actually need to remove because it goes right here to the bottom all the way to the top. And to remove that, you gotta take it out from over there. So I'll just disconnect that line and I should be able to take out the entire support right here. But these are two separate pieces right here. But I removed that. I removed these bolts right here. I removed the 12 mils are right here, along with a few 10s. There's two more right here. And then there's this big one right here that goes to the bottom. In that hole, which has this at the bottom holding it into place. This is a 17 mil. There's two of them, one on this side, one on the other side over there. And now you can see that this whole thing like completely moves now. So now I should be able to completely take it off, but it's just it's holding on right here and then right here. So I just got to disconnect these lines right here. This one just has like a clamp and this one has another one that I need to remove. So I'm going to take off the bottom one so I can leave it in the engine bay area right there. And I think that should be it to be able to take out this hose. Alright, now so I removed the fans from this area right here. It was really easy. It just has these like clips holding it in right there. You gotta loosen the 10 mil bolt, lift them up, then it's held on by those little squares right there at the bottom on each side. And then here it is right here. Just pull it up and out. Really easy to remove that. So if you ever need to replace that, it's like the easiest thing you can do on this car, honestly. But now removing this part right here, you need a special tool to remove the lines. So I already removed this one right here. As you can see, it's down there, just hanging out. But in order to remove the other one, you do need a special tool like this one right here. I got these from Amazon. How this works is it goes inside of the groove in here, and it has like a push connect mechanism inside that you need to release it. So it needs to go in and then you pull it out. So that's the best way I can really explain it. It just has like a mechanism inside that's holding it into place, and you just need to take it out. So this thing is just gonna go like, I think it's this size right here. This is just gonna go on there. Yeah, it looks like it's this one right here. And you're gonna push it in, and then you're gonna pull the line out, and it should come off. I heard it's a real pain to get these off, so I don't know if I'll be able to record it, but I'll try my best. Alright, there you go, I got it. I actually used this other one right here. It seems to be a little bit skinnier. Watch, let me show you. So I'll use this one right here. It looks slightly skinnier. Nah, it looks almost the same if I'm being honest with you. But I don't know why this one worked a little bit better, because I was able to just shove it in there, pushed it in hard. But yeah, now this is out. So now it's all loose. Then I could take out the rest of it out. And then it just has those transmission lines at the bottom that you gotta take out as well. So I'm gonna put my oil pan thing right there at the bottom, that we can catch it. And then we're pretty much good to go. I think everything's taken out. And then we gotta take out the core support right here. The only thing left on this thing is this line right here to open the hood or the latch. I just gotta figure out how to take it off. I think I might just remove these bolts right here, and then that should take off the whole assembly. Alright guys, for the most part, everything is disconnected at this point. We only need the reservoir right here that is full of water, which is making it kind of heavy. And it has a hose down here holding it into place. And then there's a bunch of clips holding this into place as well. If that's connected, you're not going to be able to remove this side over here because it's held on right here, going on to the back. And the harness goes up here, all the way to the back over there as well. So now you can see that nothing is being pulled on at this point. So all we really have to do is disconnect this right here. I'll most likely have to unplug it, drain it out, and then I should be able to remove it. But other than that, nothing else is being held onto place. There's this hose right here that was connected there. I went ahead and cut it off. I could not take it off without cutting it, so I just did that. That one goes right here, but this is one complete piece. And then I removed the connection right here, just a few 10 mils. And then I removed the bracket over here, which releases this right there, and then the horn right here as well. And then there's another connection over here that I removed. I was gonna take off the 10 mil to remove this whole thing, but the connection was a little bit more easier to remove, so I did that. And that's why this is on the floor at this point. But yeah, you can see that now we just gotta pull it forward, pull it up. Alright, so I finally got it off. It was getting stuck right here for some reason. It kept hitting it and it didn't want to come off. So I just used my jack handle to go ahead and pry it. This side had no problems. And then this is what it looks like now. Have a lot more access to be able to take the engine out. Everything should be disconnected at this point. And then we could have removed all the other parts. When it came to like the alternator and the power steering right here, the pump, we could have removed that at this point, or we could have waited until we took the engine out. But the reason I recorded that first is because I wanted you guys to see how to take it out with the engine in there, because a lot of people won't take an engine out. Most people will actually leave it in there and try to take it out that way. As you can see, it is possible with the engine in there. It just requires a lot more work. Here you have a lot more access to be able to do everything once you remove the entire core support in the front. And right there you can see the mounts. One right there, another one over here. With everything removed, you can see a bunch of gunk build up all over the place, and I honestly don't know where it's really coming from, because there's like a bunch right here and the inside over there. Same thing over here, there's a bunch right there, a bunch right there. Could just be the gasket. And I removed all the pulleys. There's just a bunch of 12 mils. You have 3 right there, you got 3 right here. And then down here you have 2 on the bottom, removes that piece. And then these right here go to this harness holding it into place. But other than that, that's pretty much it. And then to remove this, you need a special tool, because if you just try rotating it, it's going to rotate the whole assembly, and you need to remove it with a special tool. So I won't be able to do that right now. But I'm removing the water pump. You guys saw that in another video, how to take this off. It's easier to remove this plate right here with the 10 mils, and then remove these 12 mils in the back, and that'll remove that. I'm not sure if I'm going to take it off right now, because then it's going to leave the like coolant channels open, and I don't really want to do that. So I'll probably just leave it like that. Same thing for this right here. This is all of like the coolant lines and things like that. So I don't know if I'm going to remove that, but if I remove this bottom part, then I'll just take this off as well, because I don't want to damage anything up here when I'm removing the motor. So I would like to remove this, that way it's not in the way, but I really have to think about it. And then over here, all the pulleys. This is the top right one, this is the bottom one, and then this is the left one. That's the one that we just replaced, that pulley that was making noise, if you guys saw the previous video on that. And then here we have my bumper for the 370Z that just got painted, so I'll be making another video on installing this. I don't know if I want to put it on yet, because I do drive the car quite a bit, and I don't want to mess up the bumper because it is freshly painted. I kind of want to add like a protective layer on it, like a clear coat on top of it. That way it doesn't get messed up. But I'll have to order that and put it on the bumper. That way I don't have this issue again where it starts peeling. I'm not sure why the bumper was really peeling. I'm not sure if it was just a bad clear or what exactly happened, but yeah, it's a long story. I'll leave it for another video. The only thing really left is to disconnect the connection over there. I think to the starter, because I already removed a few right here. As you can see, this one is loose, and then there's another one going back there that I believe I need to disconnect. Other than that, that should be it. On this side, the only thing that's really holding it down is the transmission lines. So if you take out the entire transmission as one piece along with the motor, I don't think you really need to disconnect that. But since I'm pulling everything out with the exception of the transmission, I disconnected it. That way I can leave it down there. We're getting really close. Not too much left. Everything else has technically been removed. This is loose already as well. I just left it on there so I don't think it's in there, damage anything in there if something falls into place. But I'll most likely remove those when I pull the engine so I don't mess up the plastic covers, because I don't want to have too much strain on it where it messes it up. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and end the video right there. As you guys can see, the collection is growing with the Hot Wheels. I've been collecting a few every single time I go to the store. If I have some time, I'll look around and see what I can find. And I picked up quite a few interesting ones. And I even got another one as a gift. It's not a Hot Wheels specifically, but I got this Lego GTR, which is pretty dope. I actually made a video on putting this together, so once I get a chance, I'll post it as well. For those of you that just want to see it, how it's done, it's pretty sick. I like it a lot. But overall, the entire process of removing the core support with the condenser and all that stuff, it did take some time. I was working on it throughout the week, so whenever I would have some time, I would go ahead, check it out, work on it, remove a few things here and there. So I'm not exactly how long it took. It's for sure gonna take you more than like 2 hours maybe to go ahead and remove the entire front, especially because I was having trouble with that one part, trying to break it off. I wasn't sure why I was getting stuck on there, but after using like a pry bar or using my jack handle, I was able to get it off just by prying it. That's the only difficult thing that I really ran into. And then the AC condenser line, of course. You need that special tool. You can't just yank it off. It has like some clips on the inside that hold on. Once you push it in, it's kind of like a push connect. And you need the other piece that we ordered from Amazon, which I'll go ahead and link it down below if you're interested in picking that up. You need that in order to push them out and then release the line. And you do have to have some force on it to remove it. It doesn't come off very easy. I was yanking on it a little bit. And once I really apply some force, make sure that was in there, you'll hear like a little bit of a click. Once it actually sits in there and it pushes them out, then you can remove it at that point. But other than that, it was, I can say, a simple process. It's not difficult, just a bunch of bolts that you got to remove. Everything comes out pretty easily. If you do remove the AC condenser, just be aware that the AC lines go to it, of course. So you do need to bleed the system properly if you're going to remove all that, because then you're going to get a bunch of stuff all over the place. And it's like a greenish lime color. So it's not going to look pretty if it gets all over the engine bay or all over the place. On top of that, the transmission lines are at the bottom, which are those two lines that I showed you. Once you remove those, transmission fluid will come out, and then you're going to have to ensure that you refill your transmission fluid. The last thing that we really need is to disconnect the transmission. I think we should be good. I have another video on removing the exhaust. That's pretty simple. Just take off the exhaust, but I actually found something interesting while I was removing the exhaust, which is leading to that code that I kept getting when I was trying to do the emissions. So I'll post a video on that as well. But that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a lot more videos to come, so just stay tuned if you guys are interested in watching more on the M45. It's getting a lot closer to getting to the rebuild stage. So once we get there, I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm going to learn a lot with this platform. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.